I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
And a dump off to White, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll punt it away for this. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Caught on the right side by Jones. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 28 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6. And his kick is good. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 18. They begin with Michel on the ground. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield is success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Brady on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Brady now to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice gain at 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll turn to Michel as they go back to the ground. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tackle made there by Robert Alford.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. On second down, Michelle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the third level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
They'll run. This is White. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. James White punching it in from a yard away. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Gostkowski with the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Now a carry for White. Ooh, the juke. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. New England on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Brady. Goes underneath here to White. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. This is White. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
21.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's Ryan. Jones has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And that's caught inside the 35. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Let's go.
Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Freeman again. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Third and 2. Now Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. They come out here in the eye. Ryan. That's complete right around the 8. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Here's Ryan to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The drive starts with a run by White. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. A gain of 3, second down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
They stay on the ground with White. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll run with White. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now White. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Team.
Here we go again. Go. Run and run it. Baby.
A give. This is Michelle. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a third down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Back now in Foxborough. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Now a first down carry. It's Michelle. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On the handoff, it's Michelle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Brady. And this is going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They're running it. It's Michelle. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Ryan now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
To throw is Ryan. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Austin Hooper, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are in for 6. And his kick is right through. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Brady, eluding the pressure right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Open man left side is Gronkowski. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Rob Gronkowski, 34 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Brady. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. New England on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Brady. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Here's Hoyer. And the gamble fails. It's incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage. Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right, they weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Ryan to throw. He's airing it out for Sanu. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And Bryant's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first.
There he goes, Julian Edelman. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
I think it'd be real easy here to focus on maybe a defensive breakdown with that type of a play in this situation. But let's give a little bit of credit here. That type of play is clutch.
Boy, it was clutch, but to turn it back to the defense, how crushing is that? You think you've got this thing won, and in the last moments, almost literally, you lose it.
Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a